Hi beauties, welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time seeing my face. Happy to have you. We're gonna update my stash today. It has been longer than what I usually like. It's been about 3 weeks. I just fell behind. Okay, apologies. It's been busy. I know I mentioned in my last Get Ready With Me that school starts here in, well, now it's like, what's the date today? School starts here in like less than 10 days. So it's just been a busy couple weeks. But we're gonna do it today. And let me just say, today has been one of those mornings already, and I've only been awake for a couple hours, but you know those days where you get up and you have a vision, you have a mission of what you want to do, and stuff just gets in the way. I mean, I've been spilling stuff, I can't find stuff, all the cords to my equipment has been tangled, so it's just been one of those mornings. Nothing serious, just little piddly stuff like that, but we're here, okay? We're here, we're gonna make it, we're gonna do it. Let's run through what I have had in my stash for the last few weeks. We're just gonna start up top in no particular order. I have, why do I always do this? But I have 2 of these. It's the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. So I have the 3 and 4, and then I have the 4 and 5. 4 and 5 was the original one I bought because the first CVS I went to didn't have the 3 and 4, which is so stupid, Marin, so stupid. Like, just wait and go to another CVS and get the right dang shade. But I really did think 4 and 5 would work. It's like, it is a touch too dark for me. It works, like it can work, but it's just not the right shade match. Now the 3 and 4 is lovely. I really do like this stuff. It has just a touch of color, like not to the point where it, you know, it will leave a mark on, you know, how you can sometimes see the line if you don't have something blended. It's not like too pigmented where it will do that, but it's just a touch. And to be honest with you, I don't know enough about this product. Like, I don't even know really what its intent is. I don't know if it's meant to be worn on its own as just like a very light natural base. Like, it says it's a tinted serum. It doesn't say anything about a primer, but that's kind of how I've been using it. I've been using it as a primer. However, it's so lovely, so like luminous, and I could see wearing that on just an absolutely no makeup day. If I just wanted a tiny bit of something to even things out, that would be perfect for that. Foundations, I did have my Fenty Matchstick in Bamboo. I can't remember if I wore this. I can't remember if I filmed with this or if I just was wearing it in a video I filmed. I can't remember, but I used this once. I do really like it. Like I've said before, the shade match is great. This thing blends out beautifully, wears well. I don't know, I don't really hear a lot of people talk about those matchsticks, but it really is lovely. And then I have my Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundations Luminous. I'm wearing this today. I have the shades M1 and M3. So I wore M3 a couple of times on its own. It works, but again, it's definitely not my shade. Like, it's a touch too dark. It's just a touch too dark. And to be honest with you, if I can't get a foundation to match perfectly, I would almost rather have it be a little bit too light than a little bit too dark. I feel like it's easier to darken things up with bronzers than it is to have to try to lighten a foundation shade, if that makes sense. So M1 is what I'm wearing today. I think it's a perfect shade match. It looks wonderful. I love this foundation so much. This is one of my absolute favorite drugstore foundations. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. The primer I did have in here was my Fenty Soft Silk Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. I really love this stuff. I know I've talked about it before. It smells wonderful. It feels wonderful on the skin. My makeup has no issues with this underneath it. Everything sits well. Love it. I actually thought, I was hoping I would make a little bit more progress on this, but I bought these, so I've been using these like nonstop. What else did I have in here? Oh, you know what? I picked this up at Ulta in the last couple weeks. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. Okay, so I'm having issues coming to the realization that maybe these brow products, maybe these like Brow Freeze, the soap brows, maybe it's just not for me. And maybe that's something I finally just need to put to bed. But I thought I would really like that. And maybe I just need a new spoolie, because my spoolie, even after I like scrubbed it, cleaned it, got all the crap out of it, it just still looked weird in my brows. Like, it looks fine when I first put it on, but then a few hours into the day, like, you can see the goop in my eyebrows, and it's not cute. I have used very, very little product. Like, I mean, no matter what amount I use, it always looks like that in my brows, and it's super frustrating because I love the way it makes my brows look initially. So, and that really sucks too, because this was not a cheap product. It just wasn't. So I don't know. Like I said, I really, really want brows like that. I think they look lovely, but maybe it's just not for me. If you have a favorite product, please don't recommend the Makeup Revolution Soap Styler. I decluttered that because I also hated it. Kind of same thing as this. But if there's other products that you've tried that you enjoy, sort of like in this same thread, let me know. I guess I would be willing to try one more thing. Eyeshadow wise, I had a couple singles in here. I had my Charlotte Tilbury, what are these, Eyes to Mesmerize. I had Oyster Pearl. I used this quite a bit actually. So this is what she looks like here. Really, really pretty, like almost a cool toned brown. I used this quite a bit, probably three or four times. I usually used that as my base. I would blend it out, blow it out, and I would put either like a single on top of it. This is the ColourPop Raw Beauty Christie single in Mycelium. I kind of dabbed this all over the top of it a time or two. Just gave it like an extra sparkle there. And then I also used that underneath this shade here, this No Status shade, which is just another brown, a pretty brown color there. This is the BH Low Key Love You palette. Okay, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this palette. I only used this like in its entirety or by itself once. I really wanted to use the red, And I used a couple of these shades. I even used like these darker shades. And most of these colors, they just ended up pulling really kind of pink on me, like not as, like this I would think, it's pretty red. It's like a maroon, it looks maroon, but it pulled really pink on my eyes. And so I got like this really pinky look that it was fine. Like it was pretty, it just wasn't really what I was going for. So I don't know, red eyeshadows are not really my thing, not really what I would reach for. But as far as quality of the shadows, they're fine. They're good BH quality. If you've tried BH before, you're familiar. So quality's good. It's just not like my absolute favorite color story. And then I also had my Pat McGrath quad in here. This is, what is this? The Interstellar Icon quad. I actually used this a lot. I really, really enjoyed using this palette. I think I filmed with this. I actually think I might enjoy this quad a little bit more than I enjoy some of my big palettes from Pat McGrath. And I know that's kind of saying a lot because I really love my big palettes. Hopefully you can see those. So that's the quad right there. But those shimmers are outstanding. It is an all shimmer palette. So if you are into that, I would recommend it. I did use like this palette for some of the mattes a time or two when I was using this. But like I filmed to get ready with this, and I also said like her shimmers, just because of how like blendable they are, it's easy for me to use that palette for a whole look. Like I can use one of the shimmers in my crease if I need to, as just a real soft transition. So yeah, really enjoyed that. The only other thing I have up top here is the highlighter palette that I incorporated. This is the Danessa Myricks Light Work highlight palette. This is her. Love it. The shades that I reach for the most would be, let's see, I used this yesterday, Smooth Sailing. I used Piece of Cake quite a bit. And then if I want sort of like a gold highlight, a lot of times I'll mix Common Sense and Easy Breezy here, these two. But yeah, really, really, really pretty, easy to use palette. Now moving down, concealers, I just kept my Neutrogena Radiant Cream. You know how I feel about it. I actually, sidebar, okay, I just had to fix my under eye, so sorry that you had to endure that, the first part of this video, but I just was gonna say, I'm not wearing anything on my under eye today. Let me know how it looks. Like I'm wearing nothing, no concealer, no powder, nada. I just kind of wanted to see how it would wear throughout the day. Bronzers, I put my Fenty cream in here. I have the shade Macchiato. I have used the shit out of this bronzer, only reinforced why it's my absolute favorite bronzer ever. My Too Faced Sweetheart bronzer in Sweet Tea. This is all I'm wearing today. This is all I'm wearing today. I didn't feel like wearing cream. I think it looks great. I mean, I love the way this bronzer looks. I know you can see it's kind of dual-sided there. I just take my brush, swirl it in the whole thing, put it on. I think it looks great. Blushes, I've got my Vive Pesca, wearing this today. I wore this probably the most It's just my favorite. I know I've swatched these before, but why not? I'll swatch them again for you. So this is Pesca. Really, really pretty, just like apricot color. And then I have Cherub. I actually wore this more than I thought I would. I wore this at least 2 or 3 times. These blushes are really buildable. So if you want like an intense pink, you can get it up to that. If you don't, if you just want something really subdued and subtle, you can do that as well. My Pat McGrath all over face powder. You know it has some long name. Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Setting Powder. Okay, it's not that long, but I have light medium too. I love this stuff. I'm not wearing this today. I decided not to set my face today, but absolutely love this. Like, it does not look like I have powder on my face when I wear this. It's so light. It doesn't feel heavy. I really enjoy it. I've got my e.l.f. Halo Glow under eye setting powder. Love it. You know I love it. My Milani, I used this several times. Their baked highlighter in Dolce Perla. This is actually what I'm wearing today. And it's very, very, very pretty. That's it right there. Just a really pretty, almost like champagne-y pink color. And then you know what? I realized just a minute ago, I had one other blush that was in here. I did pull in my Flower Beauty cinnamon blush, which I used once, but then I filmed ranking of my cream blushes video, and I accidentally put cinnamon back in my drawer after I filmed that, and I've just been too lazy to get it out and put it back in. So that was in there too. I enjoy it. And lastly, for lips, I pulled in both of my Milani Ludicrous lip crayons, matte lip crayons, and I did actually use both of these, okay? So this is So Obsessed, that brown color. These were really comfortable, you know, very pigmented, very comfortable. They wore well. I mean, they're not like the most long-wearing matte lip product, but they wore well. And then this is V Cute. So I did wear both of those. I was kind of shocked by that because they're a little bit like darker fall type colors, but did get some use out of those. I had another thing that's not in here anymore is my Pat McGrath gloss. That's actually in my purse. I've been wearing it a lot, so I'm sorry, but I liked it. The only other thing for lips that I've had in here, I did not initially have these in here, but I got these in an order, and over the last few weeks, I've been using them non-stop, is my KKW matte lipsticks. I got 4 shades. It was like a set that was on sale on her website. So I have nude 1, 2, 3, and 5. That's just what was in the set. They sort of, you know, 1 is the lightest and then it goes up to like the darkest nude. I've used every single one except for number 1. I'll try to swatch these real quick for you. Okay, so here's the lipsticks. We have 1, 2, 3, and 5. Like I said, 1 is the only one I haven't used just because I think on its own that is gonna really, really wash me out. So I'm either going to use it probably to layer over the darker shades or with a darker lip liner. But these other shades I have been loving, you guys. I have not tried really any KKW products. I had some of her initial launches like years and years ago, some loose pigments and some lip glosses. Didn't really enjoy those all that much, but these lipsticks I am loving. Like, they are So smooth and so creamy. I love the way they smell. I just really have been liking them. I'm wearing shade 5 today, all on its own. I don't have a lip liner or gloss or anything, but yeah, I really have been liking those. So that's it. That's all that's in my stash right now. And let's go pick out some things for the next couple weeks here. Okay, you guys, here we are at my collection. I kind of moved everything off the top here just so that I could pick out whatever products have a place to set them without it being a total like balancing act like it normally is. Sorry, I know I'm shaking here. Vlog style. Let's get into it. I don't have my old stuff taken out yet. We'll do all that. As far as base products, I do think that I'm gonna pull this in. This is the Elemis Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. This is my newest primer. Well, aside from those L'Oreal ones I was talking about, but I want to get some more use out of this. I only used it about twice since I bought it, and I really enjoyed it. So I want to get some more use out of that. As far as foundations, let's move my eye tapes here. What do I want? Okay, so this is new. I got this at Ulta. This is the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation with Hyaluron and Aloe Vera. I have heard a lot about this, so I really wanted to try it. I have the shade 180 Cool Terra. Excuse me. I wore it for the first time either yesterday or the day before. This is the shade they matched me with online. It's not the right shade. It is too dark for me, which I really don't enjoy, but I want to get a better thought, a better opinion on just sort of the other aspects of it, how it wears, that type of thing. So I'm gonna pull that in, but I do want something else because like I said, that's not the right shade. I don't think I'm gonna love it for that reason. So what do I want to use? I'm gonna pull in, I'm gonna use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I have the shade, what do I have? Light, is that 60? Yeah, 60N. Okay, look, I have an eye appointment in like 3 weeks, you guys. So back off. Concealer, what do I want to do? I just am not, like, I don't get excited about concealer, you guys. I'm sorry. So I know this part is always a little boring, but I'm kind of tempted just to keep my Neutrogena in there again. Like, it's probably, between that and the Fit Me, it's probably like one of the oldest ones I have. I feel like I can probably finish it up in the next couple months here. So I'm just gonna keep that in. Powder, I mean, again, I just don't have a ton, and I do like all the ones I have. I think I used Haley's last time. I don't know, I feel like this has got to be next in rotation, my Fenty in Butter, so let's just bring that in, even though I really have not, I don't know, that's another thing I don't really get excited about is powders. So done in this drawer. Cheeks, bronzer, what do I want to use here? I think I kind of want to use my Milk makeup stick. It has been a really long time since I have had this in rotation. I used it in my last video, the, you know, YouTube made me buy it type video, but that was the first time I had used it in a really long time. So I think I'm gonna pull that in, and I don't know if there's another bronzer that I have been aching to get use out of. However, now that I'm in here, I do kind of want to use my Ulta bronzer again. The Ulta Natural Glow. I have the shade Tan. I adore this bronzer. So yeah, let's get some use out of that too, I guess, for the time being. Now, blush. There is one blush that I have had on my mind that I want to use. Here we go. This is my newest blush. This is the, turn it around here, the Nudestix Nudies Bloom All Over Dewy Color. I have the shade Poppy Girl, which is, I'm trying to open the end that's the actual color and not the brush. And I always open the brush end. I'll do some swatches at the end, but this is Poppy Girl. I have not used it at all. It looks gorgeous, lovely for summer while we're still in summer here. So I want to do that. I love Nudestix formula. And okay, Jesus, here's another blush I haven't even used yet. This is the Melt Honey Thief blush. And this is just their powder blush. I think they have this in a cream formula too, but I just got the powder version and I have not even had a chance to use that yet. So let's do that. And highlighter. I don't think there's anything new that I want to use here. I've got some down there, but I don't think any of those I'm like pressed to use right now. You know, I actually have been thinking about getting rid of this. This is Champagne Pop. So I'm gonna pull this in. Actually, and you know what? I'm gonna use that exclusively because I do want to have a really good idea on what I want to do with that. And, oh, okay. Eyeshadow. I always open this drawer, but truth be told, I have eyeshadows in like 3 different places in my room. Which is kind of overwhelming, but okay, let's dive in. I know that I want to have something neutral, and this is my newest neutral palette, the KKW. This is the Camo palette. I used this in one of my recent videos and I really liked it. I think the quality is really great in here. I don't have any other experience with KKW shadows to like compare it against, but I really enjoyed this, so I'm gonna pull that in. And I do kind of want something like summery. Like we're in the last 4, 5, 6 weeks of summer here, so it would be nice to have some color. You know what, let's use my Paulina palette. It's right here. I haven't used it in forever. Really, really pretty, really summery. Let's just do that. Let's do those two. I think that is a good place to start. And I don't think I want to pull any palettes. I don't think I want. I have so many cords in here, guys. Sorry. I don't think I want to pull any face palettes. Lips, I actually have a pretty good idea of what I want to use, and none of it's in here. Okay, the lips that I want to use are actually in this thing. So sometimes I forget about the lip products I have in here just because they're like on display. So I want to use, sorry, shaking you all around here. I want to use these 2 Flower Beauty lipsticks. I don't feel like I've used those enough, and I also just want something neutral, so let's just take this. This is a Revlon Oh boy, this is Brazilian Tan. Why is that not focusing? There we go. Brazilian Tan. Okay, let's do those. I honestly think that that's good. That gives me a couple neutrals, something fun. So let's do some quick swatching. Okay, let's do some quick swatching. Not gonna swatch like foundations and powders and stuff, of course. Let's just swatch the fun stuff here. The Milk Makeup Bronzer, in case you have not seen it swatched. That is it right there. Lovely tone. And then my powder bronzer, the Ulta bronzer. This I love because it does have somewhat of like a red undertone on my skin, and it just looks so lovely. It looks so nice and sun-kissed. There's that. My blushes. This is the Melt Honey Thief. I don't even remember what this looks like, you guys. I bought this. It had to have been around the 4th of July. But it's a super, super light. Oh gosh, can you even see it? But it looks like it's gonna build up nicely. So just a really neutral, like peachy pink color there. And then my Poppy Girl is gorgeous. Oh, I cannot wait to use that. Cannot wait. I love Nude Sticks formula, like I said. And then Champagne Pop. I'm also really excited to use this. I had to repress it. I know I've kind of told that story before, but there's Champagne Pop. Oh, it's so pretty. It's been such a long time since I've used that. Okay. So there's those. I don't want to swatch these whole palettes, you guys. I'm sorry, I just don't. But I'll swatch a few shades here. And let's swatch this pink. Ooh, so pretty. I have not used this palette, like I said, in so long. Probably like close to a year since I've gotten some use out of this. But I really did like the formula and the color story, obviously, or I wouldn't have bought it. And then my KKW. I know I filmed with this. I swatched some of the shimmers. Let's just swatch a few more. 1, 2, 3. So pretty, so pretty. I loved the look I got with this palette. So excited to use that more too. So there's those, and let's swatch my lips real quick. This is the Revlon Brazilian Tan. Just a really pretty, why do I feel like I'm not focusing? A really pretty brown. And then let's swatch these two. I know I've swatched these before, but it was a long time ago. Ooh. What shades do I have? I have Blush Rose. I'm swatching over top of something, but ooh, that's pretty. So I've got more of like a brown, more of like a mauvey brown. And then this is Orchid, I believe. Yes, Orchid. Ugh, these lipsticks feel amazing. They feel so soft. And there's Orchid. Pretty pink color there. So those are the lips that I have for this go round. Lips, eyes, cheeks, more eyes. So I'm excited to get some use out of these things. I am probably not gonna cut to footage of me putting everything in my storage because quite frankly, you guys, I just don't feel like it. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I've been filming this video in pieces ever since then. So we're just gonna cut to the chase, end it. I hope you enjoyed watching. I love filming my Shop My Stash videos. Hopefully you enjoy watching them. And if you've made it this far, please subscribe. I would absolutely love to see you again for my next for my next video. But as always, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, beauties.